You've heard the buzz about Spotify Marquee ads, those slick in-app promos that just take up the whole page while you're listening to Spotify, but do they actually drive results? Like, do people actually go and listen, or are they just another way that drain our pockets? And I've spent thousands of dollars now on Marquee ads, and honestly, it's really wild to see the results. So I'm going to show you in my screen, inside my artist dashboard, no fluff, no hype, just the cold hard facts. So I want you to stick with me as I break this down on how to set up a Spotify Marquee the right way, what results you should expect or what you hope to avoid, and whether it's actually worth your money or if you should be focusing on meta ads or social influencers or something else. My name's Chris, also known as the Artist Manifest. I got about 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify right now. I had a song in the Super Bowl and the Olympics last year for my song Born to Be a Legend, and I've been coaching artists for years now with my Spotify 5-day challenge. So let's jump into this video. So I'm on my Spotify artist dashboard, and again, I always love to see how many people are listening to my music, because this is for work I did years ago, right? I did all the promotion for years, and now people are just listening to my music in the background without me having to continue to push it. So I want to go here, if you see this megaphone, and that's where you go into your campaigns to show your Spotify Marquee. And we're going to set up a campaign in a minute here, but I did 2 Marquee ads for my last song, Superman. And so I'm going to click on this one where we spent $500. And as you can see here, it says right here, we're still updating your data every day. You'll see results be available 2 weeks after your campaign is finished. But we can already see for $500 in the United States, we reached 18,000 people and I got 1,432 clicks. I think I did a video on this yesterday, but if we divide 500 by 1,432, that's about 34 cents a click, okay? Almost 35. Now, what's so powerful about that is they're already in Spotify, okay? They're in the Spotify, so like the conversion is so much higher, whereas, yeah, in Facebook, I can probably get a cheaper click. I'm now here in my Facebook ads dashboard. If I scroll over to the right here, yeah, I can get clicks for 48 cents, 30 cents, even 12 cents, and guess what? Those are Canadian. So 48 cents is actually 0.6 times 0.6 is about 28 cents, and that means that's lower and that's lower. But again, this is to cold traffic like I showed in the other video, where this is a mix of warm and cold, but again, they're already in the Spotify app, which makes this so powerful. And if I scroll down here, you can see it says I got 303 new active listeners. Listeners who joined your active audience for the first time by intentionally streaming your promoted release. Some of these converted listeners may also have been part of your collaborators' audience. And then we've got reactivated listeners. So listeners who rejoined your active audience after streaming your promoted list. So they haven't been listening to my music, so we reactivated them. So we got 303 new, 201 reactivated, and then amplified listeners from your active audience who intentionally streamed your promotion after seeing your campaign. Okay, so these are kind of like the super fans. But if you keep going down here more, you can see that I converted a total of 1,000 new listeners. So that's about 45 cents per new listener. Okay, so if I spent $500, right, then that means it cost me 45 cents per converted listener. All right, and so that's pretty cheap to build a fan base. Now, that's not like direct ROI, but again, look, people streamed songs about 1.7 times. So they listened to about almost 2 more songs. And if we keep going down here, I got 155 playlist ads, right? We also got 291 saves. So the point is that like, and all the data is not even in yet. And as you can see here, Spotify tracks engagement for over 2 weeks. Well, what happens after the 3rd week, the 4th week, the 5th week, and when I release a new song, right? And so the point is that this is real fan base building, and because I want people to stream my song. Like when I click on music here and I go click on the song, I can change this to let's do the last 7 days. It hasn't even been out a week yet. I don't know why. I don't like that view. But it came out on I don't know why it's showing the Thursday, because it came out on the Friday. So the Friday we got 13,000 streams, and then Saturday it dropped down. Okay, it always does to 6,000. Then Sunday it drops down, and then normally on the Monday it boosts up normally quite a bit, and it boosted up a little bit. But what I love right now is the fact that we're still not going down. Like normally on some songs, it can tend to dip a lot quicker. That's an album. Let's go to an actual song and let's go 12 months. And so you can see here, this one was starting to, like, this came out on a Friday. I always get the Saturday, Sunday drop, then a huge bump back up on Monday. But then look, this one was already starting to drop on Tuesday and then Wednesday, right? And then Thursday, right? We're already down by 3,000. But let's compare that to this one. We can see that this one's just kind of staying steady. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we're down. But then right now, Monday and then Tuesday, we're still staying steady. So this one's got some legs. And sometimes we just don't know which song is going to pop. But I always want to give this song the best chance possible. And we didn't even get any editorial playlists on this one. And the other one, we did get editorial playlists. So the majority of this is from Release Radar. And what's cool here, I don't know if you guys are seeing this ticker, that was just underneath 39,000, 40,000, 40,001, 40,002. And let's see if it jumps up here again. Finally, 40,003 streams and 4. Woo, we're going. Okay, so let's set up a Spotify marquee, okay? And again, you need to have a big enough audience for this. But look, it says get listeners into your new music with Marquee. So let's click Create Campaign. And I got to decide which song I want to do it for. I can do it for my song, No Turning Back, and This Is Your Day. And the reason they say that this is time sensitive, let's just click on this. You have 46 to 47 days left to schedule a marquee campaign for this eligible new release. There is no time window for scheduling Showcase. So you can see here, marquee is for songs that are brand new when they come out. And the reason you want to schedule these ahead of time is so that when the song comes out, that you're getting the promotion right away. Because I scheduled, if you look here, and I just want to show you the details. If you look here, the start date for this one in the US was February 14th when the song came out. But for this one, it started on the Saturday, which was February 15th, because I waited too long to schedule it. And really, I want the marquee to land on the day of the release because I want as many streams as possible on the first day, because I want the highest arc I can on the very first day, and then so that the downward is slower, so that it stays up longer, because the higher I get at the beginning, the slower the down part is, and hopefully I'll just keep getting more spikes. And what I need to do again is just like I did with my album, right? My album Silent Beast. So I released this song Born for Greatness. Let's just go 12 months. Okay, when it came out, boom, we got 11,000 streams, and it's doing its thing, still crushing it. And then I re-released it on the album, and then we got the boom, we got the lift. It got another 5,000 streams. So that's what I need to do for this song Superman was as I start releasing singles, because this is technically, this is the first single I've released after this album. And take a look at this. So this is February 14th. And this came out, when did this come out? Born to Rise, so January 24th. So it looks like I waited about 3 to 4 weeks. Looks like 3 to 4 weeks before I dropped another single. Okay, even though I just released an album, right? Because I just want to constantly feed the beast, right? Just keep getting singles out there. I like a 3 to 4 week cadence. I might do 2 weeks sometimes, but 3 to 4 weeks I think is really good. So let's go to Marquee. Very easy to do, and we just click Create Campaign, and I'm going to choose my song No Turning Back, and it's Marquee, and I'm going to click Next. Check my artist team. Got the card on file there. We're good. And then I got to decide what countries I want to run this in. Well, I know my biggest countries are United States, Canada, Germany, and so I'm going to do United States. UK is pretty big. I'm going to click Next. And as you can see here, see the marquee? It's like a full page ad where the showcase isn't a full page. So what does the marquee say? A full screen pop-up for new releases shown when listeners open up the Spotify app. Showcase, a banner at the top of Spotify's home that can be used to promote new and catalog music, meaning old songs, okay? But it's really important that you have an older audience. So I'm going to click Next. When do I want this to go live? Well, I want it to go live the day the song's coming out, which is March 21st, okay? And again, if I waited too long for this, then it'll come afterwards on the Saturday. But I want this thing to kick off right on the Friday. And some people say like, well, let's let the algorithm do all the heavy lifting and then let's wait a week and then do it then. But like, I'm a proponent of getting as many streams and causing a ruckus as much as I can right when the song drops. Okay. So see here, you got the marquee is a full page ad versus a showcase. It's just kind of like in the feed. That's what I like to say. This is like a full page in your face, and this is kind of like in the feed. All right, so we want to do marquee. And then it's asking me what's my budget. And because I have such a big audience, I can spend quite a lot of money, right? Like I can probably go up to 2,000. I could probably go up even more. It wants me to go 10,000. I'm probably not going to do that. And then I can reach about 20,000 people, 3,000 to 8,000 clicks. And I really think the click is based upon the artwork, right? The artwork and the title of the song. I really believe your artwork really comes into play here, something engaging, a really intriguing title, something that makes someone want to click on it, right? Because you got to think, when you're on this app, how quickly do you just click dismiss or do you click go to single? Depending on who it is, the cover and the title, this is where it becomes very, very important. And then you literally just click next. You can choose the colors if you want, right? And honestly, that brown kind of like pops. I'd probably go with the green, the one that they have. And then I keep singles page. I click next. And then I just click here and I click submit. And then I'm good to go. Okay. And then I freaking crush it. I'm not sure if I'm going to drop 2,000 on this one, but that's how I would do that. Now, if I wanted to just do a marquee, I just click create campaign for an older song, for showcase. And let's just say this Silent Beast song. Look, marquee's not available. But this one I can go book anytime. So I click next, click the same thing. And what's interesting about this, let's just grab Australia just for speed. Now for the showcase, it gives you a few more options. So you've got showcase and it says sponsored recommendation you might like. Let's just put $100 in here because I just want to show you this. And then look, you can change what it is you might like, on tour, if you're promoting a tour, new music, or release anniversary, or this song's getting buzz. So you can kind of add fuel to the fire, okay, and re-promote your older songs. Now, you might be wondering, like, should I be doing Spotify ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads? Like, where should I spend my money depending on where I'm at in my career? And for me, because, we've got 500,000 monthly listeners and we've got about 175,000 followers, Spotify Marquee is very effective for me for new releases. If you are a new artist with 10,000 monthly listeners or less, you are probably better to spend your money on meta ads, which is Facebook and Instagram ads, to a playlist. Okay, that would be my advice there, because you haven't really built up the following and really the retargeting. Like, that's really what the Spotify Marquee and the showcase. Sure, they go out a little bit to cold, but I really find they're more of a retargeting. And if you haven't really built up the audience yet, it might be best that you do meta ads. But if you got like 20,000 monthly listeners plus, then I really think that you should continue to develop the audience that you have and keep bringing them back, reminding them you've got a new single. Because even though we pitch it to Spotify's release radar, when we pitch to the curators and stuff like that inside our dashboard, only a small percentage actually get notified in release radar. And really, that depends on your listening history. Like, when I click on my release radar, sure, it shows me certain random songs or whatnot, or of artists that I've streamed in the past. But if it's an artist that I haven't streamed in a while, then there's more chance that it's going to show up in my release radar, right? And so obviously my song at the top is right there for release radar, which is funny, but then it's got a whole bunch of other artists. So at the end of the day, you want to be investing though. You got to put a percentage, especially if you want to grow. But the reason I like Spotify so much is because it's inside the app. There ain't going to be any bots in there, right? I don't have to worry about that. I can target which countries, my biggest countries, and I can decide if I want to do it on a single or do it on an album, right? You might want to take all your budget and put it all in for singles, but then and promote the songs there. But then when you got the album, maybe that's when you want to go really big with the Spotify Marquee. There's so many different options, and I'm sure you guys got more questions. Well, come to our next Spotify 5-day challenge. Every single day I go live, I cover about release strategy. We spend a whole day on collaborations, how to get features, how to like just really plug in all those leaky holes from your money, how to get your mindset right. And what's so powerful is not just the questions that you get to ask, but you get to hear the answers that I give other people for questions that you might not have thought to ask. So make sure you get to that next Spotify 5-day challenge. It's 5 days straight. And if you miss a session because they're from 11 till 1 p.m. EST, watch the replay. We leave the replays up for 72 plus hours. They're not there for life. You want to know why? Because it's a challenge. I'm trying to challenge you to show up. And you might say, oh, I don't have enough time. Look, we've all got 24 hours in a day. What are you doing with the time that you have, right? Are you wasting it, right? Because like, look, I hear some people that say I don't have any time and they're not married or they're single or they don't have kids. And I'm married and I got kids and I still make time. Right? So it's just, you got to figure it out. It's tough love, but hey, a good coach is going to challenge you. So I hope to see you there. Go to 10xyourfanbase.com/let's go, and I'll see you there.